Check, check. Okay. Recognize this?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. So, straightforward, no body yet. Start here, and then just rotate your upper arm. Launch that thing. Yeah, I like that. One, we don't need gloves, and it's a little bit heavier than a baseball. So it's the perfect hybrid between the baseballs and the stones out there.
Yeah.
So, totally. Yeah. Just do that in the air. Just have it be like, and then just let the whole thing fall, and just have it be like this jiggle thing. Yeah. And really think about sending your elbow out this way. Hey, that's evidence though that you're thinking and you're modifying. So I want sticks to hit the floor. That's my point. I want to have some speed on it. Left hand. Left hand. Hammer dexterity. Just do this in the air. Just like all you're doing is rotating your shoulder. But you're thinking about throwing your hand backwards. And so when you throw it this way, it doesn't want to bend any farther, so it's creating tension. Now there's pressure building up that wants to spring forward now. The release point is the trickiest thing. Good thing we're not letting go of our drumsticks. We don't need a release point when we're doing drumsticks. Yeah. Okay, now, with your feet still awkwardly forward, the opposite of an athletic, horse stance essentially. Now couple it with one of these, like wind yourself up and then couple it with that. Right hand for now. Go ahead and teach your teach your left hand to do what to do later. Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah. A little bit of spin there. Your body is a whip. The way Bo Jackson is able to just hurl this thing from right field to third base in a fraction of a second is because his whole body becomes a whip. Yeah, left hand. Stick your right hand in your pocket for now, just to like have it not be awkwardly potentially out in space. Yes. Now see what you can do at this distance with just lobbing it. So now your release point, instead of it being here, now it's like flipping up as if you're doing shooting a basket. I'll exaggerate. Basketball and baseball in one. Oh, nice. It's a movie from the 90s, I think. It's not a movie I'd ever watch.
No? You watch South Park?
I've seen a few episodes, but nothing. I stopped watching TV in the late 90s. I haven't seen a show since then. Too addictive. I'll watch the occasional, 2-hour movie, and that's all the vice I need.
It's funny, everyone's talking about social media and like screen phones all the time. I never have a problem with that, but they forgot about, like, when I was a kid, it would be like, don't watch too much TV, but I would watch so much TV. And now no one cares about it anymore. Now I'm cool for watching TV.
Yeah, well, but the new TV is YouTube,
Yeah.
and the reason why it's natural evolution is because now you can choose. Now you can just like shop around for what you want to watch, which I guess Netflix is kind of modeled after that too. But YouTube, you get a choice. It's not just whatever's on.
Yeah.
Although it's kind of just whatever's on according to what your algorithm is spitting at you. Let's try something a little bit weird. Underarm, well, it's like a sidearm, but just it crosses in front of you. And like start it up with your face, and then just the release points. It's gonna be all over the place, but like that. That was a baseball. Well, I won't make any excuses. It's got some grip on it. I'm not used to that. Yeah, exactly. That turn right there. Oh, it's weird because there's so much weight. That thing's heavy.
Yeah. What's 16 ounces?
Okay, let's do a hybrid. Just come to the side and just release it out here. Yeah. The ball gets released right after your wrist does the flippy thing and it changes directions. So when I'm doing normal pitching, right, my arm is cranked, but right there, as soon as it crests over, as soon as it turns, and that's the last part of the whip, is this turning, which gives it even more whip. So just think about it. Start off with it upside down, and then just notice that it's going to turn over, and it gets released right after it turns over. Oop, I did what you did. You know what? Grab that baseball in the chair. Is there a regular base? Oh, I know where it is. It's right in here. Right here. Ooh, I'm gonna do this one too. Yeah, the skin on that's a little weird, so it's catching on the skin. do that. Just do it in the air. Start here, and then you're coming this way with it, and you're gonna feel. And it also turns at the moment this straightens. So it's at the precipice of its extension. So when I throw that ball right here, it's getting thrown when my arm reaches its maximum length, just like a not a whip, the thing you throw stones with, David and Goliath. Yeah, a sling. So right at the end of it is when that thing gets released. And if it was released sooner, then it wouldn't be going as fast. I could release it here, but then, it just totally dies. That right there, yes. Let's back up a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit more response time. Do that in the air and throw it out this way. Start here, and then it comes around, then it turns. And you're going to feel, yeah, let's do it again. Yeah, exactly. You're going to feel your arm wanting to just launch itself out of its socket because there's so much momentum there, the weight of your own arm. Basically, you're throwing your arm. And you're going to hear it, too. You're going to hear your fingers, you're going to hear that socket wanting to, you can hear that thud throughout your body. Yeah. Mostly I hear two sounds. I hear a high sound, which is my fingers doing a little whippy, slappy thing, and then I hear that low frequency of my shoulder want to pop out of its place. Whoops. That's what I get for not being ready. Yes. Okay, now back to overhand, which is more analogous to drumming because it's a down thing. And when we're pitching overhand, we're throwing this thing, we're releasing it, but in the drumming world, we're just continuing that arc down. Okay, now back to the other ball. Now back to the heavy ball. But now keep that sidearm. It's still happening. It doesn't matter if it's happening here or there or over the top. Now, turn 45 degrees and now pitch it like you're about to chuck it, but slowly. With this coming around and turning your ballerina spin tight. Yeah. I keep wanting to bounce this thing. Nope. Oh, got her. Woohoo. Good response. Yeah, good. Oof. Yeah, I thought I was going to get the gutter again. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that looks so much smoother than day one, right? The internet, the 7 billion population, 8 billion population, all watching this video. No effort. No effort at all. which is analogous to drumming. No effort. We're just dropping those sticks and letting wham, gravity do the work, letting the weight of our arm be what's the force behind it, not us deliberately pushing down. No effort, totally loose, no muscles. Yes, uh-huh. Yeah, good. And now start here and just pull that in as you do it. Yeah. Drumming. Dude, it was awesome. Yeah, I might be forever spoiled now. Yeah, she was awesome, as I knew she would be. I mean, I would have done that monumental effort of an international flight and you know the the jet lag and all that if I knew that there was a possibility that she wasn't awesome. I just went over there to confirm what I already knew, basically. Yeah. Have a seat there in the middle.
You were there for 2 weeks?
I was there for 2 weeks. Jakarta. Yeah. I have never seen a city more never seen a city more like polarized between the poor and the rich.
Oh.
Well, and not necessarily citizens, but like their mall, the main town center mall, was the most elegant, stylish. It was like a work of art. Every department store was just its own work of art, and the whole thing. It was amazing. The exterior of the building, amazing. Right next to like looking like war-torn bricks with sneezy-nosed cats everywhere. The city of a trillion mopeds and a trillion cats. Cats and mopeds everywhere and falling down bricks. But then, glitz and glamour everywhere. It's fascinating. Okay. Show me some stuff. Run through the variations. Parrot.
Oh, the paradiddle, yes.
Okay. Now the second one, the 2-3 paradiddle. Why am I calling it the 2-3 paradiddle?
I was wondering about that. Let's see. The second one was now it's right.
Say the number so I know where you're at.
Left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2-3.
Yeah. Why did I call that? Okay. Why is the first one called the 3-4 paradiddle?
Because
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
That's where the diddle is.
That's where the diddle is. And so then you can just back that up. Okay, now instead of 3-4, now 2-3, the 2-3 paradiddle.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, and now what's known as the reverse paradiddle or the 1-2 paradiddle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. last one, which is called the 4-1.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. Normal paradiddles. The 3-4 paradiddle. Which is the easiest one. Okay, what makes the last one the hardest?
You gotta alternate on one, or it's the diddle is over 2 bars.
The diddle happens over the bar line,
Mm-hmm.
which is what we say.
Mm-hmm.
It crosses the bar line. So, okay, play it slowly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Now with the accent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
No mistakes. The queen's going to cut off your head. Do it as slow as you need to go, even if it's like excruciatingly slow. Get it right.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Yes, okay, good catch. So the soft loud or the small big is what separates the amateurs from the pros, is their ability to quickly go from small to big really fast. And so that's why the last one is just annoying. And to really differentiate. So not this. I'm really having to go whap. I'm having to throw that ball. Do just the isolated movement first, or just the diddle, small big. And really let that molar stroke be the catalyst for generating a whole bunch of momentum in a small amount of space. The 1-inch punch. Yes. Double stops. Now just do it one at a time. Forget about making a rhythm out of it. Just okay. So with that in mind, now play. Say the numbers as you do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Aim for 4-1, which is the name of that paradiddle. 4-1 paradiddle.
1, 2, 3.
4-1.
1, 2, 3.
4-1.
4, 1.
Think about it. Slow it down. Slow as you need to go. No mistakes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Use your brain. Hey, there weren't. At least there's not any mistakes, and we're taking away the factor of tempo, taking away the factor of danceability. Just as long as the operation is correct. That's what all I care about in the beginning. Okay. Now let's get there. First paradiddle, 3/4 paradiddle. Okay, now really grab that thing after the first one. Do a lock stop. Yeah. See that space? So okay, German, French, German, American, French. What's cool about the American grip is that thumb is a little bit on top. French grip is explicitly on top, but it's still on this side of the 50. It's on the top end of the 50, which then helps that leverage down. So when I'm doing French grip, that thing can really just stop on a dime. I can stop it on a dime just because my hands are ridiculously strong and I've been doing this forever. But there's that push with the thumb element too. So there's still a little bit of a push with the thumb element with the American grip. So my point is don't have this fall off at all, and keep the center mass of your thumb directed at the center mass of the stick. And it can be a little bit put it on top a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be a bit stronger. Now really exaggerate. Bigger, slower. Now, when we do this bigger motion, if we expect to get up here in time to then to be able to get back in time, we initiate that motion immediately. Watch this. Okay, so the first one of the first 4 beats, my left hand, soon I'm starting with right hand lead, it hits beat 2 and then it's done. So watch this float up. It's done. As soon as it's done and the next thing that needs to happen is a big note, well then I better just get there and be ready for it. And I could exaggerate it. and just get there way too fast and and break the flow of it. But when we go bigger, slower, slower, bigger, then what naturally happened is your stick just boom, just initiated it by itself. Think about that. Boing, boing, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Boing, boing, yeah. Okay, faster, smaller. Meet it in between. It's a little bit, only a little bit faster. Now really stop that thing there. Slow down. Get that lock stop in place. Locking, stopping. Crush that space in between thumb. See where your thumb is? Yeah, you fixed it right before I said it. Good. You're pulling your punch a little bit with the left. Just do a few of these with the left. Just start here, and now do it. So you're really like, so your wrist is like already turned. Yes. Yeah, now you're not pulling your punch. Yeah. Do that when you hit the left-handed accent. All right, don't lose the, I see the space opening between your hand and the stick. So basically at all moments, unless we're doing a buzz roll or, a fast double stroke roll, unless we're bouncing, then those sticks, then these fingers are on the stick the whole time. There is no separation. I could just glue those to your hand and you could play 99% of music out there. 99% of the techniques.
I have been playing a good amount of bouncing stuff.
Okay.
With Daryl.
All right.
Okay.
We'll get there. Well, I'll have you show me what he's doing, what he's having you do. Okay, now just the left with the contact all the time. So
Is it?
show me this, just be in space, and then yeah, and see how your fingers are on the stick the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it goes up, then it can open to leverage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it in space right here, and just do this. The weight, yeah, see how there's separation there? Just move slow enough to where it's going to just maintain. Okay, do this. Now resist against that. Now, given that you're pulling down on this and creating a cantilever, now the back of the stick is just married to your fingers the whole time. That's why we play with big sticks in the beginning, is to create this weight. By doing this, we're just, you can, even if you just have like one stick, you just resist against that. And so the bigger the stick, especially flip it over, then we're feeling that weight, and then we know like, oh, this thing stays with the fingers the whole time. Watch my hands do paradiddles. Just watch right there. Right there. It's not doing this. There's no dee 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 dee. So just like this, throwing the ball. Do that. Start here, and then like we're going to throw a ball, and then end here, and have the back of the stick open your hand for you. Yeah. And really let that thing whip up on its own. There's no engaging these muscles on top here. I'm not lifting this stick. I'm simply like dropping this, which then creates I'm turning this. All right. Karate Kid, throw the baseball. Start here. Yeah. Yes. Left hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See your thumbs popping off each time?
Yeah.
Keep it on there. But don't get all stiff. Okay, pull your punch intentionally. Intentionally pull your punch. In fact, do that with your right hand first. Yeah. Okay, now toggle between playing through the head and then pulling the punch. With just as much force going into it each time, but the only difference is that you're going to stop that stick before you're going to clench down before it hits. You clench down after it hits, that's the result is playing through the head. Yes, that. Yeah, good. That was a good dichotomy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Okay, now barely hit that thing. Go way up as if, visually as if you're just going to want to break that, but then like barely hit it. Yeah. That was good. That one right there. Yeah. Okay, do 4 and 4. 1, 2, through the head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull the punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was the most perfect one yet. That was like, oh, that was master level right there. Although it's only master level if you can repeat it. Be consistent about it. Now, there are going to be essentially 0 instances where you're ever going to want to pull your punch. But to be able to do it, to be able to do something wrong, is what equals mastery. You know, my ability to like mock a 3-year-old, like to do it wrong, is, you know, a part of me knowing what is and what is not, what should be and what should not be. So, and if you know, and then if you know, then if your hand has the ability to pull the punch, then it can know the opposite. You don't know what daytime is if you don't know what nighttime is. Yeah. Okay, now, paradiddles play through the head. Do you know why it's called play through the head?
Yeah.
Hit my hand. I don't feel it. Hit my hand. Play through that head. Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. It's as if you're playing literally through it.
Yeah.
As if there's nothing there and you intend to just keep on going. So that means that you didn't hit the brakes at all. You know, when they pull their and pulling their punches is a boxing term.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to spar, but I'm going to pull my punch, just like we do here. We pull that punch. So now on the paradiddles, now no pulling the punch at all. And just full contact, wham! That thing just gets drummer baseballed downward. Getting the coins. A little bit more difficult, smaller coin. Now notice, once it goes down, I'll do it too. Now once it goes down, notice it jiggling. It's gonna jiggle because it's wanting to bounce up, but you're stopping it, and so it's gonna go past. In fact, okay, notice where you can see it. It's like right there. I'm ending here, but I see the flash. I see, you know, where it was for a split second. Yeah. Pay attention. Okay. Do it slowly. Do this. Okay. Deliberately do it crazy slow. Like really wait to clinch down, really wait to do the lock stop. Have it come all the way up to here. Yeah, that. Okay, now do the spectrum where instead of you letting it go up this far and then stopping it here, now you let it go up this far and stop it here, and then that far and stop it here, and then this, and ideally, as close as you can to just, I did a double hit there, that was bad. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, that was a decent graduation. Spectrums. It's my favorite word in the teaching realm. Spectrums. The spectrum between pulling the punch and playing through the head and playing through the punch. The spectrums of dynamics. Spectrums. Starting with both ends of it. We can't conceive of dawn or dusk if we don't already know the two ends of the spectrum of dark and light. Ooh. Okay, paradiddles. Moderate tempo, as long as that thing is just wham, staying down. And why do we want it to stay down? Put that into language.
Why you want it to stay down? So that it's prepared for a small step.
Exactly. Not a trick question. Do it. Slow and deliberate. Get that thing to just stop 3 inches above that head, ish. That's the drummer language for it. It's 3 inches, whether it's 3 inches or not. Even if it was 2 inches, we could still call it 3. Really let this sag, like midair. I want there to be like a 90-degree angle between your forearm and the stick. So that really, when this goes up and then turns, now there's all this, whoosh, it's really going up and has more time to accelerate. Therefore, more force back and like, just when we throw the ball, like there's tension there. So, like really throw that. Get the couch behind you. Faster. Look at me in the mirror. Mirror. That thing is going wham! It is going, that upstroke is ridiculously fast. That upstroke is just as fast as the downstroke. So, am I going to get a louder sound if I'm starting here or starting here? Or if it's already back. Okay, let's see. If I'm starting, okay, my arm is out in front of me. I'm going to get way more amplitude on the couch versus it being up already. Now there's no compounding. Now it's only this force as opposed to this force and this compounding kinetic linking. So have that be down. Molar grip 101, baby. Yeah, that looks more natural. Now, exactly, up down, which is, and this drill of hitting the thing behind us is the whole concept. Well, it's a similar concept. It's getting there. I still need to put a backing on it. Oh, it pops out this way. I'll mess with this later. But yep, look at that beautiful thing. Made it by hand. Looks like a CNC machine made it. Bam. My dad was a machinist for 40 years, and he worked in the garage there. And all I ever witnessed my dad doing was pulling on levers and cutting stuff and making high precision things. So, big surprise. My medium is wood. Well, if I had a huge lathe, I would totally cut metal, which is in the works.
A huge lathe?
Yeah, I got all the basics out there. I got all the hand tools, and I got a scroll saw and all the little things. But I want to get a drill press and a lathe for sure. Especially if I want to spin my own sticks, make my own custom Sam Rayburn specialty trainer sticks. Oh, and by the way, if you ever did want to do some machining in slow, it's called slow space. I don't know. Ask me about it later if you. Makerspace. That's what it's called. Slow Makerspace. And they have everything you could possibly imagine: a CNC machine, 3D printers, lathes, drill presses, sewing machines. Anyone who makes anything, Slow Makerspace, and it's free. The only admission is that you possess your own library card. So it's like going to the library instead of checking out tools. You go there to use any possible thing you can conceive of. And they have computers there, so you can like program your CNC machine. Yeah, it's awesome.
Where is that?
Right at the corner of Higuera and Madonna. That obtuse triangle intersection. You know where the Slow Symphony office is?
No.
Anyway, it's over by Slow Donuts, Slow Co Donuts or something.
The other location on Higuera?
Yeah. The one towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's where you go to get your donuts.
No.
Oh.
Near the Foothill one.
Ah.
Which I think is where they make them, so it's better there anyway.
Oh.
In my opinion.
They transfer their donuts?
Maybe.
That
Probably
seems
not.
sacrilege.
Yeah, probably not. I doubt it. They probably make them there. But that place used to be Sunshine Donuts on Higuera. A lot of people liked.
Well, just know that eating sugar lowers your testosterone, which then kills your life force. Speaking of life force, bam! Hit that thing. Yeah. Hey, okay. Really? Okay. Just hit the arm of the chair with your left. Don't lift. These muscles, not engaged. You're just taking this whole thing and just whipping it. Okay, do that without the stick. Do that without the stick. Just be here. And now Now just turn that. But your elbow is going to go, okay, watch this. My elbow is going to go this way first. So by turning this, there's basically a fulcrum right here on your finger, on your arm. Okay. Right there. Back this up a bit. Okay, now turn this. Exactly. And I can do this and keep that relatively steady in one place. If I did this, then it's going to go way up here. But I can stay in one fixed position because there's a fulcrum right here. There's a little seesaw center right here. You can see how now your elbow is going forward first, like good drummer's baseball. Silly to call it drummer's baseball, but just throwing the ball, baseball. So now be here, and now have your elbow come down as a result of this turning. So you're kicking your elbow out. Hit the couch. Boom. Forget the coin. Just hit the back for now. Wham! Yeah, now that's got some decent momentum. Now go wha-bam! And then stop that. It's a bit of an unwieldy 1-2. Yeah, no pectoral muscles. This is all just dead. You're just turning your shoulder. That's the only thing that's the primary motion. It's the primary flex. Push that out and hit the carpet. I get that thing to stop on a dime. Without your thumb. Yeah, let's see your thumb. It was just, now there's a lot of force. When that force is causing that stick to get away from you. But then maintain your, this is the term that I have yet to figure out. I need to talk to a doctor or a physical therapist or something, get this term. I have it pulled up on my ChatGPT. I'm close to getting a terminology for it, which is to remain flexed, to be flexed in some places but relaxed in others that are neighboring. So pick up that coin and do this. Have we done this? Do the right hand for now. The adept hand.
Here.
Yeah, hang on to that thing, just wherever, and don't let go of it. Sorry. And yet, no apologizing. Okay. Even if you cut off my mom's head, no apologizing.
Got it.
Get your fingers to do the sound. All right, but hang on to that coin. Oh, there it went. The first term I had for it was multiflexing, but that's not descriptive. Okay, that was decent. Put it here, make it even more difficult. Maintaining super crazy looseness while keeping a part of that equation flexed. Wham, wham, wham. Teach that to your sister tonight. Okay, do the opposite side of the spectrum. Hang on to the coin like your life depends on it, and then get loose as you go. Like, do what you got to do to hang on to the coin, and then graduate into letting go of the other muscles to allow the fingers to do their wrap. Do it up here. It's difficult. Never in my life have I done this until a few months ago when I thought of it in my brain. None of the things I'm teaching you, anyone ever taught me.
No.
These techniques didn't even exist. The extent of me being taught in 4th grade was the teacher, Mrs. Jorgensen, who didn't know anything about drumming. Or she's probably a clarinet player or something. And she used the phrase, "Oh, that was very much more better." Like, oh, even I knew at 9 years old. Like, come on, lady, that's just an abomination. She said, "Okay, hold your right hand here and the left hand like that." Okay, and then she walked away. It was like a 2-minute lesson, and that was it. And then I started getting more serious about it when I was like 11 and 12. But then I didn't have to have any technique to play hot cross buns. Hot cross buns, hot cross buns. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. That's why I haven't worked on any music yet. It's it's useless to work on any music without the technique first. Although I'm glad you're coupling. I imagine Voss is like you guys are working on charts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big surprise. Yeah, that guy's the chart master.
Yeah.
So you have a nice you have a nice duality between the two of us. We can work on charts, but not until you can do this. Anyway, if you teach it to your sister, if you think, "Oh, I'm going to teach this to my sister," that means you got to. If you okay, why is teaching the ultimate learning?
Because you have to explain it to yourself in multiple ways that make sense. Well, you have to explain it to someone else.
Yeah,
So
you got to know what you're
fully
talking about.
understand,
If you expect someone else to know what's up,
Yeah.
and by teaching multiple minds, multiple, you, the other student, this, all the different kinds of brains, then I have to come up with a different way of saying it. So I know these concepts like the back of my own hand because I've explained them 1,000 different ways, which then really creates a impenetrable synthesis of knowing something. Okay, bring these forward, and we're doing multi-surface playing here. If we were practicing our paradiddles, we should just be doing it on one surface so that we can hear. Because then when we split it to multi-surface and we have two different tones and each hand having a different resulting sound, then we can get distracted by that duality and not know really if something is on the money. Because, okay, this. Versus that freneticness is a bit of a distraction to just be able to zone in on something and hear the evenness between those beats. So multi-surface playing is later, but while we're getting getting just the concepts of the paradiddle matrix under our learning them, sure we can go multi-surface just to be like, oh yeah, this hand is doing that, and then you can hear the pattern. and then you get less lost in like, oh wait, right, left, right, because if you can just create yourself a little melody, then you're gonna know if that melody breaks. So 2-3 paradiddle. Big notes big, small notes small. Big or slower. Let this lag. Do 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 wham. Yes.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. What?
As slow as you need to go to get it right.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Slower.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Go ahead and even emphasize one with your voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You can even whisper the other three. Yep. Uh-huh. As slow as you need to go to guarantee your life being spared from not getting beheaded from upsetting the queen with a mistake. But the queen is merciful and understanding that you're learning something, and she's okay with you it being excruciatingly slow. Even if it's that. I didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
I didn't mess up the operation. It looked like a nightmare. It looked like I messed it up. And I'll deal with that. And notice when your upstroke initiates. Notice that, and then be like, oh yeah, that's where it starts. And then if you can notice that, then it'll get a lot smoother way faster. So after which beat does the upstroke initiate? Analyze it, figure it out.
3.
Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, boing. Just do that. 3. Yeah, it's sooner. Yeah, exactly. boing, boing, just immediate. Doesn't have to be fast, but just, it just begins. Off the left. Right, right. No, keep that one down though. So that's the dichotomy. You have a big motion here, but you're still rocking a small one over there. So it's a little screwy. Yeah, do it again. Mm-hmm. Okay, now put it all together. Oh. All right, now slightly faster, smaller. Nah. Hear that melody that's happening between your bars.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm. Do your left hand lead. Mm-hmm. Slow it down. Mm. There's a little melody. There's a two-note melody that's happening there. the very edges. Oh, I'm missing.
Yeah, it went over there.
Mm. All right. Now, what I do like to do sometimes is to knowingly rush into something and try to play it a little bit too fast, like faster than I'm ready for, just to like know, get a feeling for where the destination is. Like, oh, it needs to turn into that, and then be able to, bring it back and then, it's like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So, and then when I speed it up, then like the melody really becomes apparent. So, try to like try to get that up to speed sooner than later. Like allow yourself to be impatient with it and just like try to get up to speed sooner than later. That's hilarious. You put the accent on B4 now.
Oh, yeah.
Say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and now, and the way to get that up to speed sooner than later is to now practice the individual dyads that are happening. Okay, this dyad. Those are the first two that happen. Dyad, right, 2. Triad, 3. Dyad, 2. Just do that. But small note, this one's here, and you're just going to go down. So not up, down, but just down. Okay, now, okay, if we really want to like break it down, now what's the next dyad? The next dyad is 2. 1, 2, 3. So that 1 and 2, 1, 2, 2 and 3. Okay, all right. Now instead of going all the way through it, now I would do this. Okay, give me two. Give me a little tiny push pull at the bottom. I'll do it right over here. Allow that hand to open up. Yeah, not 1, 2, but one motion and then a second hinged. All right, push pull. Allow it to come back. Allow it to come back more. Okay, do just this. Yeah, that thing came all the way back here. Boing! And it went there fast. Hence the grip strength needed to like hang on to that thing as it pivots. Just do this. Just fan the other fingers out for now. Just get that thing to, we're doing the chop essentially, but not the full thing. Just allow the thing to kick back. Start off with a real stroke. Give it some mullet stroke in there. And now, okay, look at my rebound. Look how fast it goes up. Just okay. Have it come back and hit your arm. Feel free to like let go of it here, but have it hit your arm. So it's spinning here. It's only okay. Put one bar in front of you and do this. The four finger fulcrum. All right. All right. Start here. Do this. Now start here and have that thing just go down. Choke back. Now with this puny grip without too much impeding it, yet it's still decently strong because it's like at 4 points closing in on one little centimeter of the stick, as opposed to like this huge 4 inches of the stick that I could potentially be impeding it with. So now when we take this away and then bring it to here, now let it go down and just bounce. Yeah, good. Now, really throw it down there and get it to bounce, get it to buzz. Yeah. Okay. Now don't do a buzz at all. Now just allow it to come back up once. Yeah. Really close in here. So now your pecs are gonna, causing the apparatus of your two arms to really come together like a clamp. No other fingers, just that. So you can tuck them in if you want. Just little lobster claws. And that thing is really like hitting me in the belly. Wham. Start back here. Like really got to wind up into it. Okay, let's do a modification. Never done this in my life. Start here, as if like there's a plumb line, and now go down and then back to this position. That stick wants to bounce back up. There's silicon there. That's hard. It's very resilient, very bouncy. That thing wants to go back up, and it is going back up because it wants to. But it's going back up because it wants to, and you're letting it do it. You're letting it bounce back up. I could try not to let it bounce back up by just getting stiff about it, or to really allow that rebound, boing, to go. So now back to one hand. Doing the right hand for now. Teach your left hand and do it later. Now, allow that rebound to go, and your fingers are just going to allow it. But there's a deceleration there, so. Do that in the left hand. Switch sticks. Do that. Now do two. Kick it out here, and then okay, so 1, 1, 2. Do the gallop. Dee dum dee dum. Do 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. Let's go start with number 3. 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. No loss of contact between the stick and the fingers. Boing 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 boing. Yeah, not 1 2. There's only one wrist movement. Watch my wrist. Notice it curved. Notice it doesn't do anything. It just, whoom. It just goes here, and then there's a second motion because of the fingers, not because I'm going 1 2. Not this. There's no way you could, do 2 small notes lightning fast by doing 2 separate big bulky movements. It's got to be a tiny little, it's got to be a push-pull. Yeah, not 1 2. Keep your pinky in the game. Try doing a smaller one. But you're crushing at the end. Yes, that. Teach your left hand how to do that. Have your right hand teach your left hand how to do that. That was close. Yes. Really just think once down, and then the second hinge is the fingers opening. Do it slow. Boing, go. Yep. Yeah, you got to throw it down fast enough to be able to have that stick kick back up to open your hand for you. Yes. Okay, now we're talking. But your fingers are coming off too much. Do this. Just with the other hand, just open your fingers. Your default position is a closed hand. This is okay. If like I have springs that just close that, but it only opens because there's enough force opening that up.
Mm.
If I just open that up, nothing happens. There has to be force this way. So hence being able to throw it down fast enough and boing, and you're allowing that rebound to come up, and therefore opening your fingers for you. Try doing a fast one, see what happens. Keep your thumb on the stick. Yeah, grip the heck out of that. Just you gotta crush that stick. Has to be a strong frame. Choke back. Put that on. Put that on top of this, and just give yourself a little raise. Yeah, now push it that way. Give yourself a little bit more room for the back of the stick, away from the floor. Yeah. Where's that coin? Stick it in there. Yes. Okay, immediate. Yeah. Boing. It's wanting to boing. See what happens with a big stroke with a lot of velocity and try to tighten that. Yeah, hang on to that sucker. Yeah. And here's this in practice. You got to hang on to that stick while being loose with the fingers. You need to allow it to pivot. Yeah, see how your fingers are like completely off the stick now? Yes, that. Forget the coin. But pinch the stick. I have the French Terminator out here. Okay. We're going to get this left hand in gear. Grab your plate, put it in your lap, and just do this. Just get comfortable with it. Oh, I know. Okay. Make that comfortable. And do this. The French Terminator. From the side, which forces German grip. Hence it being called a French Terminator. Yeah, see how your fingers are opening automatically. No, the back of the stick opens it for you. But there's got to be enough momentum. Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. That one, that last one, but the one before was you just opened up before. Boing. Okay, do the two separate things. Do the two actions separated. Boing. 1, 2. But hold it here first. Yeah, but see how my fingers are on the stick? Do the right hand first. Study. Have your left hand observe. Okay. Don't pre-turn. None of this. Just the stick and your arm are one long straight thing at the moment of impact. And so there's this finesse. I'm crushing it enough to where it's just going to stay in place. Hence the strength. Do that. Uh-huh. Now you don't need to go all the way over there. We did that in the beginning for the sake of exaggerating, but you can just stop right there so that it's immediately ready for the second hit. Yeah. Yes. Okay, now think about what you're doing and have the left hand observe. Yes. Now make that a dig it. Now make that a tight 2. Yes. Now we're talking. Ooh, that's a good angle for the camera to see that. Don't open that hand. A default closed hand. Do the two actions first. Boing. Just do that one first. Bam. Okay, do it without the fingers. Okay, back to the right hand. Do it without the other fingers and just have it stop right there because you finessed it with these two fingers. So fan these out deliberately. Just get them out of the way. And now, it's going to wiggle around out here, but it essentially stops in this position. Yeah, forget about the other stroke. Like, what I'm doing here is allowing this thing to rebound, yet I'm stopping it and controlling it with just the fulcrum. So I'm allowing there to be this pivot, but it can only pivot and be able to control that at that force and that speed if this is just, Terminator strong. Okay. Forget about the other hit. Just boom. Okay, now get the left hand to do that. Just boing. Did I hit you?
Yeah.
Oh shit, sorry.
It's all right. No worries.
Still get a, there's momentum there. Do that 1,000 times. on top of a mountain that has 1,000 steps. Quit hitting that metal. Don't you pre-turning? That's why you're hitting it. That's why the wood is hitting the metal. Just this. Other fingers out of the equation for now. Boing, boing. And forget about this for now. Again, that was just exaggeration. You can turn your wrist on this. You know, just wham, as if it's just a normal stroke. Do that. Other fingers out of the way. Yeah, and it wants to come back more. Allow it to come back more. Like it's almost touching my arm back here. Have it do a full 180. That was close. Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah. Okay, and now this time, keep the tips of your fingers on it. So it's not going to go back because it can only go back so far until if I wanted it to hit my arm, then now it's gotten away from my pinky and my ring finger. So now just do this, where it's still within this grasp, within that turn of the upper digits. That right there, it's the most athletic thing I've seen you do. Yes. It's the most athletic thing I've seen your left limb do. Okay, now go 1, 2. Now close that. Yes. Now we're talking. Now there's no separation happening at all between the stick and the fingers. Constant contact 100% of the time. In fact, I think there's Velcro on this one. Is that? Yes. Improvising right here. Now that ain't going to go anywhere. Velcro. Yes. Yes. But allow yourself the chance of getting a good one in there by giving yourself, wham, a good stroke to get into it. That. Now do the spectrum of crushing it a little bit more, crushing the space a little bit more, crushing the space a little bit more. Well, get a wrist into it so you have some momentum. Just enough momentum just to make sure it stays with the fingers. More force. And just turn your wrist and just slam it like it's a normal drum. Yes, that. That was a good one. Allow it to come back more. Yes. Now, from there, allow it to come back a little less, a little less, a little less, until, okay, I'll do it. Until it just becomes this ding. But you got to think default closed hand. Just hit that thing a few times. Yeah, do that as your prep. Wrist turn. Yes. Uh-huh. Ah, yes. That's satisfying. Nah. Don't get, okay. So, okay. Let's do the two ends of a spectrum. What we've been doing is a 1-to-2 ratio. One wrist turn, two movements. Second movement is the fingers. And then a 1-to-1 ratio. Bop, bop. My wrist moves, it moves once, it hits once, and it moves again. So a 2-to-2 ratio, I guess we could call it. So 2 wrist movements. So do this. Okay, a 1-to-2 ratio and then a 2-to-2 ratio. Yeah, exactly. So that your hand and your brain knows the difference. Okay, do 4 dyads each. Push pull, the 1-to-2 ratio first. Ding, ding, 2, 3, 4, and now 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. World of difference. Okay, now do that in the down vector. Now do it over there. Think about doing it sideways. Ooh, I know. Do it. Hit the edge. Yes. Okay, now do it here. Now do it here. Back to this. Allow it to come back more. Yes. Now I'm going to turn it so this adjusts. Come away from your body. Now we're talking. Yeah, I've got an idea to create, instead of me having to like do that and change your surface, that I just have a perpetually curved surface. So you just start here and then you go down, and maybe it's in sections, like tick, 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 like it's an octagon or something. Like that over there. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Let's try that. This is the octagon. Shit. Let's see, how do I do this in this position? Gotta not hit that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and you can allow it to come back like big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, just replicate what I'm doing. Get comfortable. Hold that a little bit further away from you. Yeah, there you go. Sure. Keep going. Do it upside down. Do this. Except give yourself a fighting chance by like really hitting that thing. And you can turn your wrist.
You can like really see what's going on.
Hit it flat. You're hitting it here. Like everything you hit, every drum you hit, everything you hit with drumsticks, everything you hit with your limbs, have that be parallel. I'm not hitting this thing here. I'm hitting it parallel with it because that's when I get the maximum leverage, maximum force. Yeah, okay, do that with left. Your right hand's got it. The left hand is the culprit. Get comfortable. Get rid of the pillow, whatever. More force, so it opens your hand for you. Yes. More force. And slower. Ba bop, bee bop. And now let it come back further. There we go. Quit hitting that damn wood. Don't pre-turn. Do a few of these without any of the other fingers, just the fulcrum fingers. Boing, boing. Allow it to come back and hit your arm. Don't pre-turn. Put it here. Okay, now you're not going to go past this threshold. More force. That. Yeah. Now I got a 1-2 out of it. Okay, good. Now the down. More force. Let it come back up further. You're opening your hand. Let the stick open your hand. Let it come back more. Slow it down. Do-cha, do-cha. Just do this. Just do one hit and have it boing, come back up. And the no coming away from the fingers from the stick. Yeah, just do this. Do that there. Just do that. Yeah, just come up and freeze. Like it's max position before the pinky becomes out of the equation. Yeah. So get to there each time before you do the second hit. Yeah, allow it to come up. Boing. All right, get rid of this thing. Hit that thing and have it come up to your arm. Boing. Let it, and we can just let go with the other fingers for now, so that I can touch your arm. Yeah, just do this, but just like have that. Yeah, just do that. So there we've proven to ourselves that it can touch the back of our arm, and I can even curl this over and do the hoop fulcrum, the ring fulcrum. It's, like the last bit of hanging on before I don't have it anymore. In fact, just start here. Start on your arm, come down, and then have it return to your arm. Now, it's not going to go all the way up to your arm because now your fingers are there. If we had longer fingers, then if I had longer fingers, then I could reach back and touch my arm at the same time and maintain this, but I can't because I don't bend that way. So now come up to where the pinky is just about to let go, only that much. So, about a what's in between 90 and 180? 140. Now.
90, 180.
What's that? 135. 135. Yeah. So kind of come to like a 135 angle. And start here. Like get into it with molar. So that has a chance of really springing back because there's a lot of force going into it. Yes. Yeah, your thumb is like, blue. Your thumb is wanting to fall off the center mass. This part of your thumb, that ball right there should just be digging into the center mass of that stick. Stop it here. And your fingers are being taken open to that position. Yeah. Now, once you get there, freeze and then close your fingers. That's the breakdown of the push-pull. Pushing, pulling back with the fingers. Yeah, not an initiation of more arm or wrist into it, but you're just here, and now my wrist is watch. I'm just gonna close. This is all gonna stay the same. Now I just close my hand, and then I get another hit. So I'm ending here in this position, but I've allowed it to pivot by way of my fingers opening up, and then I just close my hand again. Yeah, watch the limb, watch the wrist. It's down. Mm-hmm. Choke back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta flex this, yet have this be like super dominant, super submissive. Extreme dichotomy. Like this is just like raw crushing diamonds, producing diamonds because of the crush power. But then this is just yeah. You have to allow that back of the stick to open your hand for you. Drop those sticks. I want sticks on the floor. The more sticks hit the floor, the more I know you are making adjustments. Okay, so notice my thumb is up against the base of my index there. So it's not going to be here like the ring fulcrum. I'm here, and then I just allow the back of the stick to open my hand. I'm still maintaining, that pool cue V right there. The pool cue stays in that trough. That's why it's able to go. If it was in a U shape, then it would just be, like this. But if I put it in a V shape, now I won't be able to go anywhere. Now it just stays in place, unless it catches my skin. So keep that as close together as possible. It's gonna open, but to prevent it from opening as much. Because then once you close your hand, now there isn't any more adjusting you have to do. You're just already just going to lock into place right there. Choke back. Okay, choke back too far. Like, it'll still bounce. Not a 2-to-2 ratio, 1-to-2 ratio. That wrist turns and stays down, and then the only thing hinging is the fingers. tippy-top. Okay. It's good to get the paradiddle grid in your mind, paradiddle matrix in your mind, just so you know how it goes. But the thing to practice this week, find a mountain that's got 1,000 steps, and hike up to it every morning before sunrise, and then just stay there and don't eat anything, just fast, no cell phones, no nothing. You just go up to the top of that mountain and you just be there. Don't do anything else. The goal is to do this. Push, pull, push, pull. You want to do some roll stuff with Daryl? And if I do it on a now unbouncy surface, then it really, there's still some bounce there. There's definitely some bounce off, especially off the carpet. It's not as much as this. Pillow drumming. But push, pull, and then just one after the other. Now, those aren't bounced. Watch my hand underneath. I'll turn it. Push, pull. Though that's push, pull. That's constant contact. Now, if I'm doing this, okay, well now I have to let go. Now I can only hang on, because if I have my fingers on the stick, it just turns into that. So now I am now letting go of this. Not too far. None of this crap. Definitely not any of this crap. Oh my God. This, no. But I just come off as much as I need to, so efficiency of motion, so that it can be bam, right back into place if it needs to. That's only if I'm going to bounce the stick. A spectrum between sticking, this is called sticking, where that constant contact, if I'm playing in constant contact, it's called sticking this out. So, and the more I play on pillows, where there's definitely going to be no bounce, definitely no bounce at all, bounce, no bounce. So if I'm playing on pillow drumming, if I'm doing pillow drumming, then and with the pillow drumming, since I don't have that kick up, I'm kind of like defaulting here, and so I'm basically pulling the punch, but it keeps on going, but then it defaults back to here, so that I have an upstroke. Anyway, the goal this week is to at least have something like, even if it's beat up, beat up, beat up, beat up, this one, then that one, push, pull, push, pull. And you can practice those in double stops. You can do the gallop. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, I'll go from the spectrum. Here's true, here's the true test of a master. I'm not going to say it's great, but it's going to be great. But going from sticking things to then bouncing them, the ultimate gear change. Brr, 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 like 1,000 little gears. Still push pull, still constant contact. It's not fast enough for a bounce. If I went from this, okay, if I went from this speed, 1, 2, 3, da, da, ba, 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 bum. If I wanted to bounce those, and I'll exaggerate to just show you. Okay, I can do both at that middle gear. But then to expect me to a 2 to 1, 1 to 2 ratio, I move once, it bounces. Like, and so it's going to come up, and then it's going to have nowhere to go because my index finger doesn't go anywhere more. That's a bounce. That's not 1, 2. That's a crazy slow bounce. No one would ever do that. You would just, that's a super weak sound too. But now at that speed, now I can't have my fingers on there. They must not be there at all. And I go from this, using my wrist, to then just turning here and having this be a firm structure. Watch. Because I don't have time to move this. Plus, as soon as I turn this, then this whole thing becomes weak. So this just needs to be this like solid apparatus, this solid structure to be able to just clamp down on this as hard as I can. Because, okay, play this game. Symmetrical, thumb, thumb, finger, finger, and then the wrists are the same. And you pull on that, and you try to get away from yourself, you're just going to run into a stalemate. Make it a drummer's grip, but then you just do 2 drummer's grips. So then pull on that, and assuming your hands are relatively the same strength, it's just going to turn into a stalemate. You can't go anywhere. But if I make one wrist bent and keep the other one straight, there's no chance. Now do a genuine tug of war. Yeah, you're slipping on this bent one. Like make it really bent. Okay, but make that one straight. Now pull. Yeah, now you're slipping because this is not, and then you can go the opposite way too. All right, so then keeping this one straight, but this one bent. There it goes. Try it. Try the other way. This one's super bent, so you can like bring it over here. Now pull. Yeah, don't cheat. Keep it here. Yeah. And that's your left hand over there, which is weaker, and it's winning against the right. So a bent wrist, case in point, proof in the pudding, is weak. So if I want to do this, this has just got to be, this has got to do this like diamond structure. And my fingers are off that stick underneath it, because there's no way, okay, I'll try to move as fast as I can with push-pull, with sticking this out. Right about there. But then I can switch gears. Okay, so here's the full spectrum. Still push-pull, still sticking it. Now, then, so underneath it just becomes, it just does this. Dee-da, 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 and then it just slowly lifts off. So those middle gears. And for the buzz roll, I do have a little, my middle finger never like truly goes away, because especially the bigger the stick, the more unwieldy this is. And if I'm weak here, then I'm going to want a little bit of leverage on that. Whoop. So that's bouncing. And then, buzz roll, where I just really crush that down and don't allow it to come back up at all. So I just press roll. I gotta press on this thing and like press down into the head too. Yeah, no wrist movement at all. Especially if I want to like increase this frequency. Do this week.
Do that.
Do that, all that. Do this. You try to find that middle gear instead of like where it's just like excruciatingly slow. Like that's where you're gonna start. And really think down. I have to go down and really hit this thing for that to come back up so it can open my hand for me, and then I close my hand. So super slow gear, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, with still push-pull. And that's just, it's still with my fingers. And then, once you've mastered single strokes and then double strokes, then the paradiddles can become like, oh. Here's the whole grid. I better start with the last one. Get my tempo locked in, because once I get to the last one, I'm going to be way slowed down and stultified by the necessity of needing to go small, big, small, big. Take that moderate tempo. One, two, next one. Oh, and I'll split it so we can hear the melody line happening. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right there, there's it's just a little push pull. Beep, 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 beep. And last one. And the more I want to differentiate between dynamics, the slower I'm going to have to go. If I really want that to hit, oh, it's garbage. Now, I'm getting distracted. I can hear it. I can tell. So I'm going to bring it to single surface playing. All of them should sound the same on a single surface. Now, the reverse paradiddle, the 1-2 paradiddle, it's going to be a little bit tricky because that momentum of doing 2 right off the bat with the accent being the first one, now I have to really slow that down so I can control that. Okay, so here's all 4 of them on with single surface. And I'll attempt to make them all sound the same. All right, a little bit faster to make it more challenging. Next one. Let me start higher. Too low. Yeah. And then the next, and then the third one, and the 1, 2. Now, if I'm flying like the wind with that, then it's just going to be 2 accented notes. There's nothing really I can do about it. So I don't have enough time to like crush down on it. And the more I crush down on it, the more the flow gets ruined. Now split. And the differentiation between dynamics on the last one was it was somewhat there. There was still an emphasis there audibly, but it was way less than the first one because I was going too fast. And so I gotta go small big, small to big between one hand. A diddle that is small big is what will turn you into a monster over there. This too. Instead of just the monotony of like Mr. Miyagi stuff, here's a little bit of spice.
Okay.
Which paradiddle is that? The 3/4, the 2/3, the 1/2, or the 4/1?
3/4.
The 3/4. Which one is that?
That's 2/3.
2/3. So, if I put those together, this is a little bit of a fruition of like, oh, the paradiddle matrix. Oh, I see where he's going with this. Oh, I can see why this is a thing. Do da do do da do do da. Okay, slow down. And the way that sounds over here, instead of just these piddly little things. No, that's the wrong one. Now we're doing some stuff. So, in practice. These little things. I found this one. I need to get 3 more so that I can, when I go to the schools to do my presentations, my little master classes, I can have 1 above my hands, 2, 3, and then 4, maybe through like a glass plate or something. Or just, precipicing it out. And then on a big screen, hey kids, look at this. And then bam, huge behind me, because I can't get 1,000 kids to like come up and look at my hands. Like if that's the lesson here, hey, look at that minutia of what my pinky finger is doing. Hey kids, I gotta have that projected. So I gotta have this like, dialed in with the zoom in. So at the masterclass I did last year at the Tascadero Chamber of Commerce, I had 1. It was an old iPhone, and it was dumb because I had to use the camera app. So then on the screen, like the photo, video, red button, like it was just on there. So that's dumb. So I need to up my game so that people can see what the heck is going on. Yeah. Should be way more edifying. Try to get to like at least 2nd gear to where it flows. It just feels like oh, I'm allowing the natural rebound of the stick to do what it's doing. I feel like there's a flow happening between the two limbs as opposed to dee-da, 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 dee-da.
Okay.
Dee-da, 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 dee-da.
Second gear.
Yeah, that's the
Did
destiny
you want to take this or?
destination. Yes, take that, put it in the steering wheel, teach it to your sister. No, that.